All right, Kim, I'm up. Hey, Kim. Kim, you in?
Yep.
You speak again? I'm just trying. Okay, nope, I got you now. I'm just changing your name on here so people know it's you.
Oh, great.
How you doing, Tom?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good.
Hey, Tom.
Rachel, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Glad,
Good. Let's see.
glad you could make it to the meeting.
Yeah, well, I would say yes, me too, but I think I'd rather be done with this right now.
No.
Hey, Rachel.
Hey, how are you?
Good, good. Can't complain.
Good. Long time no
I'm
talk.
not living and breathing and eating for two people, so
That's
much
right.
much simpler over here.
I'm just trying to like get up everything in advance. So,
Oh,
hello.
hi, it's Bob DePianta.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, pretty good, thank you. How you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
You're pretty near the time, huh?
Yes, Monday is the due date, so we'll see what ends up happening.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Ed Casella.
Hi, Ed. How are you?
Good. Can you actually
Good.
see me now?
I can see you. Yes.
I have to switch cameras.
Oh, yep. I'm just trying to keep an eye on the time too. We can get everyone out of here at a good time.
Is Gary or Evan on the phone yet? We got a couple of phone users, Bob. I know one of them's you.
Yep.
Is that Evan?
Okay, you're six.
I'm here. Hi. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, Mike, I can hear you
Okay.
and see you. Yep.
Sorry, I'm trying to see who's speaking under your name.
I know it's hard, especially like I'm on my phone, so I have to toggle between the screens. So I think we have a quorum, right, Dan?
Yeah, we have four people. We got you, Tom, Mike, and Bob right now.
And did I hear Evan as well?
I wasn't sure. I'd
Evan,
be
are you?
surprised if Gary wasn't on too.
Yeah. Evan, are you on the call? Okay. I'll give them another minute just to log in.
We did just get two more callers.
Is anybody that's calling in that hasn't already checked in on the commission? All right. Silence. Okay. So it's 6:01. So, Dan, are you at the office right now or no?
Yes. Yeah, I am. Me and
Oh,
Kim
okay.
both are.
Okay, so is Kim ready to record and everything, just so we can get everything? All right.
Yeah,
I'm all
yes.
set.
She's ready
Oh,
to
okay.
go, and then I can the YouTube video recording.
Okay, great. Well, then I would like to call this regular meeting of the Old Lyme Inland Wetlands Commission to order. It is Tuesday, January 26th. It is 6:01 p.m. Just for
Well,
everyone that's calling in and that's not on the commission, I would ask you, because this is a WebEx call, to please mute yourselves. Just so if there's any interference or anything in the background, we don't need to worry about our recording. So thank you in advance. And then as the applicants come up, you can unmute yourself, and we can try to do this as efficiently and effectively as possible. So first I want to start with old business number 1, which is 20-25. And that is for 30 Townwoods Road, the Food Bank Community Garden behind the field house on the Townwoods Recreational Facility. Do we have somebody from that application here
Yes.
with
hey,
us?
Rachel.
Hi.
We needed to add 7 Sandpiper on there onto the agenda.
Yes. Right. So there is going to be an addition to tonight's agenda. So that would be under new business number 10. That is 7 Sandpiper Lane, I believe it is, right? Or road.
I think it's Road. I
Okay.
never really got past Sandpiper.
Okay, so we're just adding that. That's going to be number 10, but we're starting off with number 1, which is the 30 Townwoods Road property. And so, sorry, I cut you off before. Who's here for that application today?
Jim Ward.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Nice to see you again.
Yes.
So, to the commission members on the call, I know we all went to the site visit. It was pretty straightforward, and we apologize that we had to kind of hightail it out of there because we did have a lot of site walks that day. But does anybody on the commission have any follow-up questions for Jim? I have to give people time to unmute themselves. All right. So I think it seemed very straightforward what your goal was, and it's a great benefit to the community. So I am wondering if somebody on the commission can make a motion for this application to approve the application.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Mike. All right. And then I am also in favor. Bob, do you have any questions or comments about this one?
No.
Okay, great. So the motion passes unanimously. Jim, we wish you the best with this. I think it's a great project.
Great. I appreciate your time.
No problem. Sorry, this was short and sweet as everything we did.
That works for me. Have a good
Okay.
night, everybody.
You too. Bye
Take
now.
care. Bye.
All right. So moving on to number 2, which is application 20-20 for 161 Boston Post Road. James Bernardo, the construction of a single-family residence on a vacant parcel adjacent to Black Hall Pond. James, are you on the call today?
Yes, hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me and see me? Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Good. And I believe for all the commission members on the call, Kim had recently sent out a revised plan. And so I do have that available to me. Do you want to walk us through what's going on with the revision, James?
Yeah, first of all, I'm Jim Bernardo. I'm a surveyor, licensed here, Connecticut and Rhode Island. I'm representing the property owner who has owned this property for several years, located behind the pizza restaurant. Quite a few of your commission members took a walk out there. Originally, when we first started planning this project out, the owner did not have a specific house in mind, so I happen to have a set of house plans for my house, which is a box colonial with a 2-car garage. And I said, why don't we use that? And so that's what we used to start. Since then, he has actually selected a house plan, which is more of a ranch style home with like a front courtyard. The original plan he provided to me actually had a 3-car garage on the side, and I told him there was no way we were going to get that to fit. So we actually reduced the house plan down to a 2-car garage. So it's more of a ranch style home. There's still, again, no filling within the wetlands, although we are working within the upland review area. The test holes that we did conduct out there with ledge light were outstanding. There's going to be no issues with the leaching field. Again, there's no activity within the wetlands. The building itself, let me see what I have, is about 3,500 square foot footprint with a deck off the back overlooking the pond. And the leaching field would be as you're coming down the driveway on the left-hand side. So the house location changed as well as the footprint itself from the original design that I had depicted on there at the request of the property owner.
Okay, great. All right.
To
Does
address some of the
anybody-
runoff, I did propose a rain garden down towards the pond, again, outside the wetlands area. This area
Right.
will be depressed rain garden for both the roof gutters and for the foundation drain. And there'll be a walkout on the backside overlooking the pond.
Okay, great. Now, does anybody on the commission have any questions for Jim regarding this? I take silence as a good thing.
It is. The other thing is we did, for the area closest to the wetlands, we did do a silt fence with a hay bale backed barrier, or
Right.
they could also use wood chips as just a reinforcement on that silt fence to avoid any runoff into the wetlands and any erosion into the wetlands.
Sure, okay. Great, so does anybody on the commission have any concerns going forward with this? And want any further explanation? I know a rain garden is usually something that some of our commission members always talk about, so I'm sure they're thrilled to see this. All right,
I'll make a motion to approve the application.
thanks, Tom. I'll second it. I'll make it easier. And so, Mike and Bob, if you are still the only commission members on the call, do you vote in favor of approving this application?
Aye.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. That's all 4 of us. And then one more check-in for Evan or Gary. All right, so I think it's still just the 4 of us. So that application is also approved.
Okay, thank you. Everyone have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you. You too, Jim.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right. So moving on to number 3 for 6 Jericho, Ken Schweitzer about a clearing. Is Ken available?
Hi, I'm here.
Hi, Ken. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Good. Okay. So we did have a chance to go out to your property and review what had been done. And do you just want to tell us a little about what's going on?
What do you mean, what's going on? I don't understand.
So we received a complaint about clear cutting on the property. And so we went out, I believe that, and I'm sorry, is everyone besides me and Ken and Dan muted? We're just getting some feedback. Okay, so we went, and it just might be microphone feedback from somebody's computer. So we went to the property. We observed the clear cutting that had been complained of, and there's also maybe some issue of if it was all done on your property. And so we did want to know, who the tree company was that you used, and kind of moving forward, give you an idea of what the process is going forward. We do have Attorney Casella on the line with us today. He's the Wetlands Commission's attorney, so he can also speak to this. But we just wanted to hear from you first what's going on.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. About a year and a half ago, we had some tree work done. We took trees down all around the house and in the backyard, but the backyard, I think, is really what you're referring to. And
Yes.
I was not aware, which I am now, that you need a permit to cut down trees if they're within 100 feet of wetlands or the last 100 feet of your property. I'm still not 100% sure of the rule, but I wasn't aware that I needed a permit for it. So I'm responsible for that. I'm sorry about that. And then, and I don't know where the wetlands start. It's not wet back there, but I don't know what's officially wetlands or whatever. So I guess there's an issue with, you know, the trees that were cut down were within those limits or over those limits. Yes,
Right.
as I understand it. Right.
Okay. And so did you hire a tree company to do this work?
Yes, but I take responsibility. I should have known all this stuff, and that's on me.
Okay. So did everyone on the commission have a chance to review the letter from Attorney Casella regarding steps moving forward?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
I did.
Okay. So, Mr. Schweitzer, there's three things that we can do. The first is that you can come to us and we can continue this for another meeting. For you to submit an application for the activity that you did and the restoration of the area as needed. And then we can consider that application after it's come in. Usually people will talk to an arborist or a forester about the best way to go about that. Second, we can again continue the matter because the Old Lyme Land Trust is having a survey done for the property to see if any of their land has been encroached upon by this clear cutting. So we can also do that. Or we can issue a formal cease and desist. But Mr. Schweitzer, you are here today, so we want to give you the benefit of the doubt and a chance to, get a restoration plan together. So does anybody on the commission have any thoughts about how we should move forward?
I would think this fill out an application. Try to get an arborist and plan going.
I agree. Option one seems police numbers for the homeowner. Option two, I think, maybe out of our jurisdiction, seems to be more of a boundary dispute between neighbors, and it seems like all the work is done. So not, the cease and desist at this point seems moot. So I think making an application and trying to backtrack it to make it right is the wisest approach.
And Bob, anything from you?
Sorry, Ken, I ended up muting you because I think you were the source of feedback. So just click on mute. Sorry about that.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I didn't realize it was my feedback. Okay. Yeah, I'll be happy to proceed however you guys think I should. I think I'll be happy to do an application. Cease and desist, I'm not going to cut anything more now that I know that I have to have an application, so that's fine. And I don't know, I didn't quite understand what the third one was, but if an application seems to be the best for you guys, I'll start there if that's okay.
Right. So I think an application would be great. Maybe, sorry, Ken, do you mind muting yourself for a second?
Yes. Okay.
Thanks, Ken. So maybe the best thing going forward is to submit an application for the activity you did and the potential restoration. So like I said before, it might not have come across clear just because of the feedback. A lot of people, what they do is they seek out a tree arborist. They can seek out a forester. Some people actually, to get an idea of who to contact, there is a tree warden for most towns, and they can direct you to some experts to say what a good restoration plan for that area is. And also just because I think on our GIS, and Dan, correct me if I'm wrong, some of the cutting was done in what our GIS says is a wetland. So, and Dan can always correct me based on what I'm saying. But
yeah, from my understanding from the GIS, it looked like some cutting was done within 100 feet of the wetlands. Whether or not that was done on land trust property, we would have to wait for the survey to really have that determination made.
right. So then reaching out to an expert to maybe come out to the property and let you know what a good restoration plan would be to kind of replace the trees that were in that upland review area, which is that 100-foot area. That would be a great way to move forward. So we can, if you're amenable to that, as you had previously stated, we can continue this to the next month if you have any issues, you know, getting stuff together, because I do understand during COVID, it is particularly hard to get people out, especially within a month. So you can just let Dan or Kim Groves at Town Hall know, and we can continue it another month and make sure that, you know, you have time to put together a restoration plan. But we thank you for coming forward today and kind of giving us an explanation and you know, being open to the chance for restoring some of the property.
Okay, can I just ask one question?
Sure.
I haven't done an application yet, but
I'm sorry, Martin.
I could do the rest of it. I don't think that's me with the feedback, but
Yeah, no, that was Martin that time. So, Martin, thank you, Martin.
that's okay. I mean, can I work with Dan or some of your folks to help put this together in coordination with them, if that's okay? And also, I don't know what to a restoration plan when I don't know if it was within 100 feet, what was across or whatever. So without the results from that, I don't know how I would submit, you know, a restoration plan. But I'm willing to work with whoever you say I can with on the board to complete that.
So Dan and Kim are great resources for that, just about how the application is made. For the restoration plan, that's really something that a forester would help you out with. And so they would be able to kind of look what's been done, and you know, we'll look at the 100-foot review area on the GIS, and your forester will be able to look at that as well. And usually they can get an idea of what has been cut in that area. And then, you know, the Old Lyme Land Trust, we've heard that they're going to get a survey that might give a little more idea of what's going on. But that would be a separate claim from them, not us.
Okay.
So that could also be something that informs you as time goes on. But Kim and Dan in the office are used to dealing with people doing regular applications. So you can certainly reach out to them about how to fill out all those forms.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Ken. All right. So did anybody on the commission have any other questions or comments regarding that, or did I cut anybody off? I wanted something to be able to say something.
No, I'm good.
No, my feeling is that we should wait until the survey comes in, then it's proof positive.
Right. And I think right now, Dan, just because you're more the person on the ground with this, if Ken has any issues with the timeline and everything, we can continue this out, just giving him time to either get the restoration plan together or waiting for Old Lyme Land Trust to get their survey together.
Sure. Yeah, I spoke with Old Lyme Land Trust. They do have a surveyor lined up to do this. He said he'd make it a priority, but with the heavy workload that all of these gentlemen and ladies are in this field at this point in time are under, I'm not sure how much saying a priority is going to speed it along. I'm thinking a month or two, just kind of ballpark.
I think that's a fair estimate.
Hey, Joe?
Excuse me, it's Ann Gallagher on from the Old Lyme Land Trust. I don't know if I'm allowed to comment or ask a question at this point.
You're not, I'm not really sure because you're not the person that did the clear cutting, but do you have any insight on the timing of the survey?
No, I do not. And I guess I'm actually questioning, how that's relevant to your process, which I would think would be more toward, establishing where the wetland actually is. Is it up to the land trust to show them where the boundary is?
Well, I believe that you were the original caller, or the land trust was the original caller that put this in, right, Dan?
Yeah, and part of that I think is since you're establishing where the boundary is between the two, we would use that boundary to help us determine where the 100-foot upland review area is on his property.
And we would only be concerned with wetlands that's on his property. We're not, we're concerned with the wetland on your property as well, but as we said previously, you have a private cause of action against.
No, yeah, and we fully understand that. I just want a clarification whether you needed us to establish where the wetlands were.
Not where the wetlands are, just where the property line is.
Okay. Thank you.
Rachel,
Yes, Kim.
we're continuing things, so can we just clarify that everything's being continued to a special meeting on, I believe the fourth Tuesday is February 16th?
Yes. Yep. So, and what time did we decide on that special meeting, Kim? Because for everyone else on the call, we made a change to our schedule for the year 2021. Instead of missing, was it the December meeting?
August.
I think it was August meeting. We would skip February. But then with the amount of applications that came in and some other issues that are arising, we decided we do need a meeting in February. So we're having a special meeting in February. And then Kim, was it 5 or 5:30 that we were doing on the 4th?
5:30.
Okay, so 5:30. And what is the fourth Tuesday?
February 16th.
Oh, 16th. Okay.
That can't be right. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Should be
It
close.
does.
The 22nd?
23rd.
Oh, the 23rd, sorry. Yep. 23rd. So February 23rd at 5:30, we're having what's going to be considered a special meeting just because we had made an amendment to our schedule that we weren't going to be having February meetings, but now that has been changed. Okay, so then the issue of 6 Jericho will go forward on that date, and we'll reassess if it needs to be continued again. Okay.
Rachel, just a heads up, Gary's on now, so we got 5.
Oh, great. Okay, hi, Gary. All right. So then moving on to number 4, which was application 20-21, located at 308 Ferry Road by Patrick Gingras for the demolition of a 362 square foot existing deck and replacement with a new screened porch on Pier foundation. And just for the benefit of the commission members, we did receive an email from Kim within the last couple hours with an updated plan or a site plan for this application. So did everyone receive it? Had a chance to give it a quick look? I'll take that as a yes. So is Joe on?
I am. Rachel, how are you? How is everyone?
Doing well, Joe. How are you?
Excellent. Thank you. I have the ability to share my screen.
I believe so, yeah.
You do?
Okay. Usually used to Zoom more, so let's see if I can do this here. Can you all see the aerial?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So the site plan that you received today basically just formalizes what we spoke about before. Denise Von Dossel had done, she's on the call as well, the architect, had done a sketch of the rear screen porch for the property. And if you recall, back in December, we did a quick site walk out here. The site plan doesn't change anything that we spoke of that day. It just kind of formalizes in a site plan what Denise's sketch was at the time. So just to, I don't want to spend a lot of time, but just to refresh your memories, what's being proposed here. Site is 308 Ferry Road. This is the aerial image of it. We have the driveway on the west and the house, the pool to the back. Existing deck here, the lighter material, and then there's a thin portion that comes across here. There's a screen porch being added and some new deck area, and then the patio around the pool is just being replaced on the same footprint. And some of the walkways that are there today with the new work will be just reworked with the landscaping. So it's really everything in a nutshell. The wetlands are down to the east. I'm going to move over to sharing the site plan if I can get there. Yep, and here we are. So you should see the site plan now on your screen. Mm-hmm. Okay. So again, the existing house, this is the proposed porch. There's an existing overhang back here. We have the patio around the pool. And then this deck reconstruction here. So everything is already disturbed, lawn area. There's no tree clearing or anything like that. It's basically building structure over the existing deck, redoing the pavers around the existing pool, redoing some of the existing walkways. So really nothing that disturbs the ground. We didn't even show a soil stockpile area because there's no major excavation. Just very, very minor excavation and building on top of existing structure. We did show a silt fence just to prevent anything from, during a rainstorm or whatever, anything from going down the slope toward the wetland. But in a nutshell, it's very, very basic without a lot of land disturbance. The last thing I want to show you, if I could bring that up, is we have some photos, and I want to see if I could bring those up to show you. Let's see if that's sharing. So it doesn't look like it wants to share my photos.
I see a couple photos of the porch in the house. Yeah.
Here we go. Okay, yeah, it's up. So you can see these are existing conditions, existing deck with railing, existing deck. This is one of the better pictures just because it shows the existing overhang. This is the porch.
Joe, I can't see any pictures. I don't know if anyone else is having that problem.
They just went away for me too.
Yeah, we got like a gray screen.
Let's try this again. It's kind of.
We see some photos there.
Oh, yep.
Bouncing around. You could see these now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So this area here where the existing deck is and the closer up shot here, that's where the screen porch is going. Extending beyond this just slightly, maybe to where this larger green bush is, but generally over where there's existing structure. You could see the existing overhang, house overhang, which is staying unchanged. The screen porch would project out from here where these stairs are, approximately where the cursor is showing. And then this picture is looking kind of up from the lawn area with wetlands to your back. And you can just see all the structure of the landscaping, the landscape wall, the mature landscaping that already is there, and this thin portion of deck that will be rebuilt, but more or less on the same footprint. So with that, it seems it's pretty straightforward. We do have our B100A health approval for this as well. So if you have any questions or if Denise wants to add anything, the property owner, the Gingras are on the call too. So if you have any questions for any of us, we're welcome to entertain.
Does anybody on the commission have any questions?
I'm good, I think.
Okay. I know it was very straightforward at the site walk, what was going on. All right. So does anybody have any clarifications after seeing the new site plan today that they would like to ask about? Or does anybody think they're ready to make a motion to approve this with the new site plan that was submitted today?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, can I have a second?
I'll second.
Was that Mike? Sorry. Okay. Perfect. Okay, and then all those in favor looking, I'll say I'm in favor, and then Bob and Gary.
Yes, I'm in favor.
Thanks, Bob. Gary?
In favor. I'm in favor.
Okay, great. Thanks, Gary. And then just making sure one more time, is Evan on the call yet? Okay, so everyone was in favor, so that motion passes unanimously. Thanks so much, Joe.
Great. Thank you very much. Nice seeing everyone. Be well.
Yes, you too.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. All right. So then moving on to number 5 on our agenda, which is application 20-22 for 47-1 Button Ball Road, which is the Black Hall Club. And that was the enlargement of the existing pond to increase visual sight lines. Do we have anybody from that application on today? And again, I would just like to ask anybody that's calling in that isn't on the application or the commission to mute themselves, because I'm getting some feedback of my own voice.
You're on video? No.
I think Maria, yes, you do need to mute yourself. Thank you. All right. So is anybody here from the Button Ball Road application?
I can text Phil Neaton and see if he can call in later.
Sure. Perfect. Thanks, Tom. Okay. So then just in the interest of time, when Tom is texting, we will move on to new business. So we'll start with application 20-26, which is 99 Halls Road, the Big Y Foods and Tony Coppola for, now it says 99 Halls Road and 25 Neck Road, construction of a new convenience mart with retail motor vehicle fueling facility. Do we have anybody from that application here today?
You do. For the record, my name is Ryan Scriptoro. I'm with Alfred Benish and Company. Address is 120 Hebron Avenue, Ferry, Connecticut. I'm representing Big Y for this application. I'm not sure, when I was talking to Dan, it seemed as though you guys want like a brief overview real quick since it's new business while you schedule the site visit.
Yes, we would love a brief overview first.
I wasn't planning on going to the full spiel of the project, just give you guys an idea of what's kind of going on. I could share my screen if that helps, just to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like.
Sure, that would be great.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, can everybody see the survey?
Yes.
Okay. So as you had mentioned, the property is located at 99 Halls Road and 25 Neck Road, 99 being the larger of the two parcels. The 25 Neck Road is the kind of long-dated version that runs along the Neck Road, Route 156 on the left-hand side of the page. The existing site right now is pretty much, it's got a little bit of a clearing in the middle of it with access off of Halls Road only. The proposal is to put on a 2,100 square foot convenience store and 6 dispensers for fueling. I'm just going to flip over to the layout plan to give you an idea. I apologize, it's a little shifted in rotation wise, but the larger parcel is here in Halls Road. As you can see, the 6 dispensers that are laid out fairly far away from the actual right of way. So we're giving quite a bit of a buffer. In the front here, we're planning on an infiltration basin to handle the stormwater for the majority of the fueling operations and the convenience store area. So one thing I do want to let you guys know before you do your site walk is that all of the stormwater pitches towards this infiltration basin and then a second infiltration underground retention area down off of Neck Road. So nothing goes towards the wetlands whatsoever or towards the vernal pool, which I'll denote a little bit later as I kind of go through this. The convenience store is located in the kind of the top of the page here with parking in front of it. As you can see, we pushed the convenience store and dispensers and fueling operation completely outside of the upland review area and outside of any reach of any of the wetland impacts. For Halls Road, we basically just have an access road that kind of brings us back down to that area. So it's just literally a 24-foot drive aisle to give access to the site from Neck Road, actually. The wetlands are delineated here, which with the little flag kind of triangular denotation. They do extend onto the adjacent property, and through investigation in our soil scientist, we did find out that the adjacent property has a vernal pool on it. So we were cognizant of it. So one thing that we did make sure that we did on this property was the access road. We put a 6-inch precast concrete barrier curb. So it'll be a 6-inch reveal on both sides in order to stop any type of amphibious creatures from trying to come out of the vernal pool and trying to get onto the access road. So just something for you guys to be aware of, that we are trying to take precautions so that none of the creatures from the vernal pool actually do migrate into the site and have any, unwanted problems. So we did extend that curb all the way to the building footprint. So it is all the way up here, way past where the development actually hits. As far as wetlands, we don't have any disturbances directly to the wetlands, only in the upland review area. And we are proposing a pretty, simplistic E&S plan for this property just because of the nature of how we're actually approaching it. We're going to put silt fence and hay bale barriers along the access road to kind of limit any type of erosion that could potentially go down into the wetland area. So that's pretty much the gist of it. I'm going to give a further, more in detailed kind of presentation at the next meeting, but I just wanted to kind of let you guys have a little brief overview of what it entails. So.
Great. Thank you, Ryan. So for our purposes, before scheduling a site walk, what we have to do, and this is for the benefit of the commission members and for the public at large that is listening in, we have to make a determination of whether or not this application consists of a significant impact activity within the wetlands or the upland review area. If there is a significant impact activity, we are required to have a public hearing, and that has to happen within 65 days from the date of accepting the application, which would be today. If there is no significant impact activity, we can continue the matter until our next meeting, with the understanding that members of the public have a right to present a petition to require a public hearing. So, commission members, I just want to have a brief discussion about what I've just said. This was also included in a letter to us that was, sent to you by Kim, I think yesterday, from Attorney Casella. Has everyone had a chance to review the application for this property and review Attorney Casella's letter?
Yes.
I did.
Yes.
Okay. Does anybody have any thoughts or, questions that maybe Ryan could answer that would help you make a determination about whether there is a significant impact activity or not on this application?
Is the term significant impact defined by the code?
Yes, it is. Let me grab my binder. Let me grab.
Oh, I have it.
I have it too. It's of course the thing that I forgot to get from me. That's 8 feet away, but being 39 weeks pregnant, it makes it harder. All right. Okay, so significant impact is defined on page 5 of our regulations in the definitions section. Just for the record, I am going to read this out, and I'm not trying to make anybody fall asleep right now. A significant impact is any activity, including but not limited to the following activities that may have a major effect. Number 1, any activity involving deposition or removal of material that will or may have a substantial effect on the wetland or watercourse or on wetlands or watercourses outside the area for which the activity is proposed. Number 2, any activity that substantially changes the natural channel or may inhibit the natural dynamics of a watercourse system. Number 3, any activity which substantially diminishes the natural capacity of an inland wetland or watercourse to support aquatic, plant, or animal life and habitats, prevent flooding, supply water, assimilate waste, facilitate drainage, provide recreation or open space, or perform other functions. Number 4, any activity that is likely to cause or has the potential to cause substantial turbidity, siltation, or sedimentation in a wetland or watercourse. Number 5, any activity that causes a substantial diminution of flow of a natural watercourse or groundwater levels of the wetland or watercourse. Number 6, any activity that is likely to cause or has the potential to cause pollution of a wetland or watercourse. Number 7, and the final one, any activity that damages or destroys unique wetland or watercourse areas or such areas having demonstrable scientific or educational value. I know I read that really fast. So,
I have my book here, so I was following.
oh God, okay.
Do we have to make the determination tonight, or can we discuss it after the site view? Like item 6, obviously dealing with fuels. I think I feel more comfortable after doing a site walk and then going over these, the definition of significant impact once I've had a chance to kind of walk the ground.
Okay.
I'm the same, Rachel. I need to walk it before I can make that determination.
Sure.
Rachel, this is Ed Casella.
Hi, Ed.
You do have time. If
Right.
the commission is scheduling a meeting on the 16th, you would have time to be able to make that determination at the February meeting. So if the commissioners are more comfortable with that, that's, that would be okay under the timelines.
Great. Thanks, Attorney Casella. I always feel bad calling you Ed on these calls. So yes, I believe that going forward, because we do have the special meeting February 23rd, we do have plenty of time to do the site walk. Just for the record, and I know this is going to come up later, I will not be on the site walk this month just because I hopefully have a baby in my arms by Monday. So I will be not attending that. I will go to the site maybe this week and just give a quick look around. But I will be at the next meeting. So I'll check in with Tom, who will be at the site walk, to get an idea. But going forward, we can certainly schedule a site walk. I will let everyone else decide about what their availability is for that. And then we can put this on the agenda at the February 23rd meeting, which will be starting at 5:30 and also held virtually.
And I can go into. Sorry.
Rachel, are we still on weekends, or we have 3 sites to walk? 4 sites, I guess.
I will let everyone else make that determination because I will not be there.
What do you think? Do you think you want to stay on a Saturday, or do you think we can do them during the week?
I'm a little more flexible as far as getting out of work a little early. Actually, I think Evan's the one who has the hardest time Mike, do you have a preference?
I wouldn't be available during business hours, so until we spring ahead on the clocks, I'm kind of tied to the Saturday walks.
Saturday's fine with me.
I'm better in the early evening weekday.
Well, we got to make a choice, and Mike for sure can't do it because he's going to be in New London during the week. So, and it's dark, but it still gets dark pretty early. So, is there a time Saturday that would work for everybody?
Which Saturday are you shooting for, Tom?
I don't know. The weather looks okay this Saturday. I don't know if that's too short a notice.
Is Ryan available this Saturday? I should give Ryan a chance to talk.
You know what? We can make it. Yeah. Whenever you guys want it, we can make it.
About 10 a.m.
I can do that.
It's fine.
Okay, well, we have 4 to do, so can we figure out the timing of where we're going? Or if we're going to start there, we're going to start at 9. So are you starting somewhere else?
I can start earlier than that. I don't know if Gary, you picked 10. I didn't know. Is that the earliest you can go?
This is Gary. I did not pick 10. I can go as early as you want.
Okay. I don't know who picked.
Yeah, I think it was Bob who said 10.
We have Whippoorwill, Bailey, and Point of Woods, and this one. So
Do you want to shoot for 9 o'clock to start for?
9 o'clock, okay.
Ryan, do you have a preference when we start?
You tell me when I got to be there. I just got to arrange with my wife with the kids, so I'll figure out a way to make it work somehow. So
we could do his last and do the other one.
Okay. Well, let's shoot for 10 o'clock for this one then on Saturday, I guess.
Works for me.
What's the schedule?
10 o'clock for this one. I'm not sure about the other ones yet.
That's Halls Road?
Yes.
We can do Point of Woods at 9, Bailey Road at 9:15, Whippoorwill at 9:30, and then shoot over to Halls Road.
Works for me.
So just to give you a heads up, Ryan, they may be able to get over to Halls Road a little before 10.
Sure.
But they can shoot for 10 around.
I'll be there early.
Okay. So, and I'll check in. I'm sorry, I'm going to miss you, Ryan.
It's okay. It's a legitimate excuse, I would say.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, you said you're good till Monday.
I am, but the walking around right now, Tom, is not going so well. Although this would be a great opportunity to force labor along. All right. So,
okay, so Saturday, January 30th at 10 a.m.
Perfect. All right. So then we can move on to new business item number 7. And thank you, Ryan. Sorry.
Thank you very much, everybody. And I'll see you on Saturday. Take care.
You too. Okay, so moving on to number 7, which is application 20-1 for the Point of Woods Association in South Lyme, maintenance and cleaning within the channel. Do we have anybody from that application on the phone line today?
Yes, Rick Frascarelli, and I think Bud Phelps also.
Great. Hi, everyone.
Bud,
So
are you there? Oh, maybe he's not.
It's only you, Rick.
Oh, okay. I guess. Okay, there he is.
No, I'm here.
Oh,
Okay.
hi, Bud.
Hi.
So do the two of you want to give us, we do have the application. Do you want to give us just a quick summary of what you're looking to do? And then also, Kim, can you just remind me what time the site walk you put this down for is?
Yeah, I can
Saturday,
do that. You're all right.
9 a.m.
Okay, so are both of you available at 9 a.m. to walk the site with some members of the commission on this Saturday?
Yes, I thought we already did this. I may be missing something here. We had the site walk already.
Nobody really had an idea what you were planning to do, so.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, sorry about
Okay.
that. The procedure I'm not used to. Okay, what was the question now?
So just a quick summary and then just making sure that you're available at 9 a.m. this Saturday.
I can definitely be there. We're looking
I'll be
to
available.
open up. Yeah, we're looking to open up the existing channel, stream, whatever it was that's there. Over the years, it has gotten really shallow in there, and it's not draining from the upper half by the cemetery, and it's starting to back up behind all the houses. And over the years, people have thrown leaves back there, which we've already addressed to the homeowners. And we're looking to get in there and try to open it up and taper it down so it flows down into the swamp a little better than it does right now. And that's it.
Okay, great.
Basically, yeah.
So then the commission members, minus myself, will be available to see the site at 9 a.m. this Saturday. Does anybody have any questions before going out to the site?
Just before we go out there, maybe stake out where you're planning on clearing out and kind of a good idea what the plan's going to be so we can take a look at it from that point of view.
Absolutely.
Great. And then at the site walk, they'll make if they have any follow-up questions or something, just to clarify when they're on the ground, they can do that at that time. And then we'll reconvene at the February special meeting.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you.
Great. Thank
good.
you so much.
Okay, have a nice night.
You too. Bye now.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Night.
All right, so moving on to number 8, which is application 21-2, Robert Kastner for 2 Bailey Road, the dismantling of the existing 24 by 38 foot barn and construction on a new concrete foundation. Is Robert on this call or anybody representing that application?
I'm familiar with the barn, and it's pretty obvious what they want to do.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree too. I think I pass that every day on my way to school growing up. All right, so.
I mean, do you want me to speak to the application as much as I understand it, or would that help? I don't know. I did meet with him.
Yeah.
Discussed the barn replacement. The stream running by is already kind of channelized, I believe, by old stonework that was done prior, obviously, to the homeowners being there. One challenge he has is that the barn's in a flood zone, so I'm having to work with him on what he can actually rebuild there. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. I discussed with him silt fencing and things of that nature, and so he had agreed to do all that. But we can reach out to him and make sure he's there at not 9:15 or 9:30 on Saturday.
Perfect. I think that's a good start. And then if there's any follow-up questions, if he's not there, the questions can be directed towards him before the February meeting, and he can make sure he's at the February meeting.
Okay.
All right. So great. We'll move on from that one. Then we'll move on to number 9, which is 21-3. Edward Pinn, who I do see on the call. He's just on my front screen right now for
Hey, did you
254.
want to do that one at 9:15 or 9:30?
The barn.
The point, yeah, to Bailey. I don't know if it would make sense to go to Whippoorwill first or Bailey first.
I'll let everyone else make that decision.
Bailey is close. We'll come up from the Point of Woods to Bailey and then on to Whippoorwill.
Thank you, Kim.
Okay. So then moving on to number 9, Edward Pinn, it's for 254 Whippoorwill Road, the installation of an in-ground 16 by 45 foot swimming pool. Hi, Mr. Pinn. Good evening. Do you want to just give us, we did get your application. Do you want to give us a quick summary of what you're looking at? And also, are you okay with the 9:30 site walk where people are going to be on your property this Saturday?
Yes, I am. So the pool is going in behind our home in an area that was formerly used as a garden. The deep end of the pool is the portion that's closest to the marsh, and it's no more than 75 to 83 feet from the edge of the marsh. The only filling that we'll do is to just level the grade so that it's a flat backyard.
Okay. Does anybody on the commission have any questions about the application as it was sent to us prior to going to the site walk on Saturday at 9:30?
Hey, Rachel, if I could just chime in.
Yeah.
I'm the one who kind of directed Mr. Pinn to go to Wetlands. And the reason for that is he was within 100 feet of the purple wetland layer we used on the town GIS to kind of identify what needs to go and not. Me and Kim Groves did look over the town wetlands map, and there's a possibility that these wetlands could be tidal. So I just wanted to make that clear that there's a possibility that these are tidal and not inland. But I think I haven't been out to the site either, so that should probably be easier determined on Saturday.
Great. So, Mr. Pinn, all that means is that if this is considered a tidal wetland, we wouldn't have jurisdiction over this project and we would miraculously go away. So that will be something that's determined on Saturday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Sounds good. Talk to you then.
Thank you.
Have a good night. All right, and so then we'll do the last item of new business, which is number 10 for 7 Sandpiper, before going back to old business to see if we have anybody in from Button Ball. So, Dan, I know you wanted to give a brief summary of what was going on with 7 Sandpiper.
Yeah, so, excuse me. This all started, Gary had sent us an email with a picture. I actually went out to the site, took some pictures, and then I actually was contacted by the homeowner regarding this, and they invited me out to the property, and I did a walk of the property with them. So for the most part, the tree canopy there is intact. You can't really tell from like an aerial photo that any trees were removed, but there were some small trees removed in a center area by the 100-foot upland review area, if I can speak. One issue with this, though, is that when I was out there, the homeowners had indicated that the prior wetlands enforcement officer, Keith Rosenfeld, had given them permission to cut down certain trees, namely a couple cedars that we do have an email regarding. And it did look like at least 2 of the stumps that I was out there were cedar stumps. So it does look like they did seek permission from the town, and we have a email in the file to the town tree warden. I think they had a town tree warden on it, the first selectman, and Keith. And basically that had given them permission to take down a few of these trees. So for whatever reason, it didn't go through the wetlands process, but it does look like the few trees they did take down, they did receive permission. Now, I will say this is very different than 6 Jericho. There are many, many trees that if somebody wanted to clear cut this site, they would have taken down, a lot of scraggly, ugly little ones. And then for the most part, the tree line is intact. Now, they did do some work 4 or 5 months ago. They did pull out a lot of bittersweet, so that may have contributed to some of the confusion of some of the trees that were taken down prior. But it does look like that the trees that were taken down prior, they were given permission to do so. And I can answer any questions if anybody has them.
Does anybody have any questions about that?
Are we going to have a site walk?
I mean,
I haven't talked to the homeowners about doing another site walk. I could certainly see if they would be available Saturday. That's clearly your call.
I don't know if they got permission from the town and all they did was pull up some bittersweet. I don't know really what would do about it anyways.
I agree.
I think if you look at the
So the tree
aerials,
removal would have been 3 or 4 years ago, I believe, and the bittersweet was done this summer. But for the bittersweet removal, they would not have needed permitting.
have you reviewed the aerials?
2015, to remove 2 cedar trees and have reference the tree warden, Tom Deegan.
Yeah, I believe that was the contents of the email, Bob, around there. I don't believe they specified exactly, but they did give them permission to cut down certain trees. Keith had indicated to them.
Yeah, I have the email in front of me. No.
Okay, cool. So do you think a site walk's necessary, Bob, or?
No, the approval was already given. Keith gave it in 2015.
Okay.
And
For the 2
Dan, did you review the aerials?
Yes, I did. And from what I can tell, I can't change it to tell a difference in the canopy from the limits of clearing that was provided on their site plan for approval back when the house was originally built, and from what's there now. If you look at between 2012 and 2019, there's not a big difference. And we measured, me and Kim and I, the distance from the limit of clearing to the house on the site plan, and it is pretty close to what the limit of clearing is based off a measurement on GIS. And when I walked the site, like I said, it really only looked like a few smaller trees were taken down. And I did note that I could tell at least 2 of them were cedar stumps, but they were very small, well, relatively small trees. But yeah, it does. They had told me Keith gave them permission at the site walk, and I later then found the email Bob is referencing. So that kind of confirmed what they had said to me, that Keith had given them permission to take down the trees they took down. And from my site walk and from the information I've gotten, it doesn't appear they took down any more trees than Keith gave them permission to.
I agree. We don't need a site walk.
Okay, great. All right. So then maybe, Dan, you could just reach out to the homeowner and let them know that that's not going forward with anything.
Okay, will do.
Great, thanks. All right, so before we go through the minutes, I just want to circle back to old business number 5 for application 20-22 47-1 Button Ball Road for the Black Hall Club. Is anybody on the line now for that application?
I didn't get an answer from Phil. I called him and texted him, and I didn't get anything.
Okay. Did anybody, I know that we got an updated sketch of was it hole 17? I believe it was. Did anybody have any questions about it after the site walk? Any clarification or changes you thought needed to be done to the application, or does somebody want to make a motion to approve that?
Oh, I had one question. I didn't talk to Phil about it because I wasn't able to get out to the Black Hall. I live right near it. My question was, in the letter, they said that he's going to cut 25 trees down? Unless I read it wrong?
That sounds about right. Yeah. Most of them were on the, it was like kind of like a peninsula area in the water that they're going to be excavating to make that part of the pond is my understanding of it.
I wanted to get out there today because I know Phil, but I didn't have a chance, so I can't comment anyway about it.
Okay. Did anybody else have any thoughts? Again, this is mostly just for the excavation of the pond area.
I think I'm good. It was
You're good.
a man-made pond to begin with.
Right.
Exactly.
All right. So do I have anybody making a motion to approve the application with the updated sketch being used for the site plan?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Great. Thanks, Mike. And all those in favor, I'll say I'm in favor. And then Gary and Bob, I just need what you vote for.
I have to abstain. I haven't gone out there to see any of that.
Okay, thank you, Bob. And
I'm
Gary?
in favor.
Okay,
I'm in
great.
favor.
Thank you. Okay, so then that will pass. That's 4-1, I believe. Yep. So 4-1. Well, 4-1 abstention. All right.
Hey, Rachel, could you just reiterate who made the motions on that one?
Yes, Tom made the motion. Mike seconded it.
I got it.
All right. Okay, so then moving on to the minutes. Did everyone, I know that these get sent out like, a month, 2 months ago. Did everybody have a chance to review the site walk and regular meeting minutes that are referenced on the agenda?
Yes.
Okay. We'll just blow through these. Can I have a motion to, well, does anybody have any changes to any of the minutes, I should say first?
One thing, we still don't have minutes for, I believe the 7th.
November 7th, the site walk?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then we can't vote on those.
Yeah, we'll table those.
We'll table the site walk meeting minutes for November 7th. I think that's the one I missed. But I'll double check.
Was that the Whip or the Point of Woods one?
I think so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if we really, is that considered an actual site walk because they didn't have an application and we didn't.
There's no application pending when we were out there.
I don't know that there was really even anything to
Is
say.
that the only site you walked that day?
Yeah.
Okay, so we could.
Mostly it was them asking what the process is to get a permit. They didn't have any plan at all.
Okay, I'm going back to look because it gets confusing.
Yeah, I think Point of Woods was in December because I believe that's when I was stuck in Cleveland.
Yeah, I don't remember.
There were two because there was one where it was about the channel. That's the one I missed out on because of the baby. and then I was at the December ones where we had an application that was literally 2 doors down from it. And that was for converting a deck to like another bathroom, bedroom. So we had 2 applications within a couple houses of each other. So that was at least the December one because I know I was at December.
Yeah, Tom is correct. The November 7th was only Point of Woods, so we can just take that off if we don't feel we need minutes.
I think
Sure.
They didn't have an application in, and nothing really happened.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll just strike that. And did anybody have a chance to review the regular meeting minutes for November 17th, 2020? Does anybody have any changes to that? Okay, seeing none, can I have a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes for November 17th, 2020?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Thanks, Tom. And can I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Mike. All those in favor? Aye. Gary's good. Bob, are you okay with that?
Yeah, I don't know if I was at those. I didn't go to the site walk, so I can't approve the minutes then.
Just the regular meeting minutes for November.
I think I attended it.
Yeah, I think you did. I think that's the last time I saw you, because I think that was the last meeting we had in person.
Didn't we have a site walk where that beaver problem was on Whippoorwill?
Yes, that was
November,
earlier in the
April?
fall.
Bob was
No.
on the WebEx call for the 17th, so he can vote.
Okay.
Approved.
He can.
Okay. Great. All right. So that passes. The only reason I never make the motion or the second is because Kim sends me the minutes to approve before they're sent to you guys. So, all right. So then we'll move on to the site walk meeting minutes for December 12th, 2020. Did anybody have any changes to those? Okay, seeing none, can I have a motion to approve those site walk meeting minutes?
I'll make a motion.
Thanks, Bob. And then anybody have a second for that?
I'll second.
Thanks, Mike. All right, all those in favor? I'll vote in favor. Gary's good. And then Bob, you weren't at the December site walk, right?
No, I didn't attend that.
Okay, so then one abstention. And then that passes. All right. So anybody have anything else that they want to say before we close this meeting?
Rachel, I apologize to everyone for being late to the meeting.
That's okay, Gary.
And what did we do with the Post Road application?
Post Road?
Set a site walk.
Jim Bernardo.
Oh, yes, Boston Post Road, sorry.
Sorry.
Yes, so that was approved.
Okay, one thing I'd like to make a recommendation. I think it's in on wetlands, but there's a foundation there. I would suggest somebody get the state archaeologist to come check that out.
That has nothing to do with us, so I don't.
I know, but Dan is on there. He might be able to do that.
I'll look into it.
It's something that we normally do with the open space if we come across the foundation somewhere out there in the woods.
Okay, so Dan can check with it, but it won't go on the wetlands approval just because that's not our jurisdiction. Okay, perfect. And just so you know, Gary, there was a revised site plan that was sent to us, and so we approved it based on the revised site plan. Okay, so good luck, everyone, on Saturday. I'll be there with you in spirit. I say that with a little bit of sarcasm, but I plan on being at the special meeting in February for the WebEx virtual meeting. So I will see you guys all then.
Good luck, Rachel.
Luck.
Thank you.
Bye.
Luck, Rachel.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Oh, thank you, Bob. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
See you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm